I want to win. And if I don't win, I ain't giving up.
Started his business from nothing, that was 2018. Came top salesman in the country, multiple times had a dream. He would scale up his company and train thousands of people. Give you knowledge and teach you, don't let the problems defeat you. Launching private rocket.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Victor. You are the host of a Profit Rocket podcast. Today, we got a special episode. We are coming to you live from the Profit Rocket Whiteboard party. I'm going to leave this feed going all night long. We're going to have some guests jump in and out of here, jump on, tell some cool stories. We got about 150 to 200 people showing up here tonight. Got some amazing speakers, got an open bar, cigar rollers. What else we got going on here? We got DJs, we got a private chef. What do we got? Throwing a good time, man. Like this is our first annual Profit Rocket Whiteboard party. This is a free event for contractors. It's my gift back to the industry and just trying to help as many people as possible. Today we're going to go, and just a little bit after dinner, we're going to go into a summer strategy session and go over things that we're doing in my business and my other businesses throughout the country to help prepare to win summer. So I'm going to have guests jump in and out of here. This feed's going to stay live. Hope you guys tune in. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to be a great night. Wish you guys were here. If you guys aren't here, you got to get here next year.
Tom with Profit Rocket here, ladies and gentlemen. I got to figure out where the camera is first and foremost. We're doing the Whiteboard event starting today, ends at midnight tonight. Live food, live drink, live music, you name it, we got it. Get your butts over here, guys. Goes till midnight. If you're not here this time, we'll catch you next year. Big Tom out. So I'm telling everyone, we got into cold plunge. I went in the Pacific Ocean. You know, the research is starting to come out on that shit, and we're talking about doing cold plunges to start our day. My fat ass got in the Pacific Ocean. First of all, people thought it was a whale sighting event. That's not neither here nor there. But 2 minutes in at 55 degrees is all I could take. How many minutes are you guys getting in that thing every day?
So I've been going with Matt over here to the athletic club in Santa Barbara. They have a cold plunge. I'll do the sauna for 20 minutes and then the cold plunge for 6 minutes right after. And it's just about the breathing. You just got to control your breathing. If you sit there and panic, you're going to want to jump out. But it's a good test for your mindset. It's great for recovery. I feel like a fucking superhuman. Like I work out twice a day. I'm sleeping less, taking less caffeine, and just feel overall better, like more clarity, more energy since I've been doing the sauna than the cold plunge.
So you do that stuff too. I know you work at a gym in Santa Barbara. What are some of the benefits you've noticed just by doing a cold plunge or getting in the sauna after a workout?
When I get in the cold plunge first thing in the morning, I just it sets the tone for the day. You have no choice but to just be alert, awake, on point, and it's there's no better way to start the day after a run and then go hit that cold plunge. I use the steam room.
Yeah.
Whatever works,
I just started doing that steam room too. I was battling like a little head cold last week, and I got in that steam room. It was actually hotter in the steam room than it was in the sauna. But I'll tell you guys this: if you can start your day at 40 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 minutes, everything else you do that fucking day is a walk in the park, right? You're training your mental acuity right out of the gate to battle the toughest shit to me probably I've ever done. First thing in the morning when no one wants to do that shit. And the rest of the day you're playing with house money. What am I not going to be able to conquer today, right?
Exactly. I mean, everyone knows my story because I went to prison, right? That's something I talk about a lot. And they always say, well, Sean, you went to prison. Like you went through some tough shit. I haven't been through that. So they'll use that as an excuse. And so for anyone out there that feels soft, that feels weak, that's making excuses, like you need to challenge yourself more. You don't have to go to prison. You don't have to be a drug addict. You don't have to go through these hardships to develop mental toughness, right? So get up earlier, do things that challenge you in that first couple of hours of the day. And I guarantee when the economy is down, when everyone's scared about gas prices in a recession, or when business is not going the way you want, or when stuff's going on at home with your family, like you're going to be able to handle it better because you're cultivating a mindset that is going to push you through those tough times every single day. That's why I do it, Tom. Like I like the mental edge I get when I do tough things. Right?
100%, man. One of the things, you hear Sean talk about it. A lot of the guys online talk about it. We don't have to build Rome in a day. If we create small daily wins consistently, right, day in and day out, what happens over the course of 2-3 years? You're a whole different motherfucker, right? And ain't no one going to fuck with you in whatever field you're in, sales, HVAC, whatever it may be. You've created such a monster just from doing a small daily win consistently day in and day out. So you're at the gym, right? Are you a personal trainer?
I am, yeah.
Okay, so when you set your goal for personal training, the company tells you how much your goal should be every month?
I mean, not really. They give me a lot of freedom over there, but I mean, I do really well. I don't have a problem closing clients. It's come kind of easy to me. I'm good at what I do. I'm confident with what I do. I take, I have a passion for it, so it just comes naturally, and I haven't had that issue.
So two words I picked up on are passion and confidence, right? If you're confident, one of the things that we coach here, guys, is we set outrageously high goals, right? So Victor will tell his guys, your goal this month is $1 million, when everyone else in the industry's goal is $100,000. Which one would you rather come up short of, $1 million or 100,000? Right? So like Sean said, man, challenge yourself day in and day out. Make it difficult on yourself. In a few years, few months down the road, what happened, Sean?
Yeah, look at my shirt. Incremental, not monumental. So this is Ken Jocelyn's slogan, right? I love Ken. We were at his event in January, the Create event, a bunch of amazing speakers. But it's so true. Like, your growth is incremental, not monumental. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and be like a different person in a different life. It doesn't work that way. Here and there, you'll go through some really serious shit, or you have these massive amounts of growth based on an experience or something that you go through. But if you really want to get somewhere in life, it's the guy who shows up every day and accrues those incremental wins that stack up over time, like Tom said, right? You're not going to build Rome in a day. You're not going to build your masterpiece overnight. It's brick by brick. So the guy that can show up every single day, no matter what, no matter the weather, if he's sick, if he's tired, none of that bullshit. Like, that guy won't be stopped. I'm here today because I just refuse to quit and give up. Tom's here today because he has that same mindset. So is Matt. So, like, nobody wants to do hard work and be disciplined. Everyone wants to take the magic pill and get the body, or wake up and learn the secret trick to make millions of dollars. It doesn't fucking exist. The people that are willing to stick it out and do the work, like, they're the people that you look up to. So that's
on that point, dudes out there, quit watching that Amazon dropship bullshit on how to get which crit. Stack your daily wins, and listen to what Sean's saying. Check him out, guys. Watch his videos. He helps a lot of great coaches throughout the country improve that mindset. Matt, too, over here, man. He's a gangster in the gym. Tell him where you work out at, bro.
I work out at a few different places, but it just depends on the day. Sometimes I meet Sean over at Superior Fitness, and we're going to get after it at like 4 a.m. Sometimes we'll go over my work at the athletic club. I go to Gold's from time to time.
Yeah, so let me jump in. I'm going to interrupt you. So I just hired Matt as my head coach for our online personal development program. So we help men all over the country optimize their mindset, their habits, their fitness, their discipline. If you're sitting there right now and you're out of shape, if you know that your mindset's not where it needs to be, if you lack discipline, like, follow this guy on Instagram. Watch what he's doing every morning. Follow me. We're holding a standard. Follow Tom. See what Victor's doing. Like, we're holding a higher standard because we want you to be better. I want to see everyone win. So we developed a blueprint that's going to get your ass out of bed, get you moving, get you cultivating a winner's mindset, sculpt that physique you want. Guess what happens when you show up to lead your team Monday morning as that motherfucker? Guess what happens when you show up for your wife and kids after a long day, when you're tired, when you're burnt out? Like, you elevate yourself. So in all aspects of life, you're going to see those results replicated. So Matt's not just a personal trainer. He's taking his craft, his expertise online because he knows he can help way more men. That's why I hired him as my coach. So we run the Unstoppable 365 MFR personal development program. Check them out.
Where can they find you at, brother?
My Instagram is Matt Fleming Official.
Matt Fleming
Official.
Like a referee with a whistle. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be doing more of these. Coming in live from the Profit Rocket Whiteboard event, guys, Westminster, California. We got a live DJ out there. Food freshly catered from the best Italian chef in Southern California. It was great, buddy. And we got a cigar roller straight from Havana, rolling cigars of the highest caliber. Anyway, I'm sitting here with Chris Bedran from Profit Bookings.
What's up, you guys?
Having fun out here. Chris, how's your night going, buddy?
Good, man. Great party. Lots of cool people here. Fun to kind of be around the friends, the clients, everybody swinging by, saying what's up. Food's been great. Cigars are awesome. Wish you guys, everyone was here. If you're not here, you got to make sure to get here next year because this is popping. It's a great time.
Yeah, and if you guys know anything about Victor or Profit Rocket, next year's always the best year. We continually try to make these events bigger and better each and every year. This year, we got Tarek El Moussa speaking, Big Sean, the fitness guru, up on stage. We got a lot of great speakers coming out and, trying to get the motivation and 2023 off to a great start. So, Chris, what exactly is Profit Bookings. I know you just launched that and you guys are already crushing it out of the gate.
Just launched it. We're really excited. It's, you know, it's not a new concept, but it's one that's very heavily needed and very heavily underserviced, right? You know, we've had an opportunity to service basically accounts in every single market in every single time zone. You know, we're able to reverse engineer scripts, you know, backing them up to your process and what it is you guys do to set you guys up for success on the phones, right? Pre-qualifying these appointments before you guys get there. You know, we've introduced a new model where we're actually selling tune-ups for you guys too. So we got two things going, right? We got high volume bookings for the companies that are, you know, a little bit on the more reactive side that kind of come to us and say, hey, look, the call board's empty. We need to get calls on the board now, quick, right? We can book in very high volume, you know, for the companies that are being a little bit more proactive and want to make sure that call capacity stays up, you know, 85, 90%. So you guys can hit those revenue goals and those growth goals. We can come in and actually sell tune-ups for you guys and layer them out, you know, so you guys are consistently running high capacity calls.
Now, Chris, I know like at Absolute Airflow, we have our own CSR department. So why can't these companies, you know, hire their own CSRs and have them do what you guys do?
Yeah, definitely. That's a good question. And that's a question that we get a lot. You know, every company has their internal CSRs, but, you know, the reason why we're able to do this in a little bit higher volume and, you know, generate the volume that we're doing is because, you know, we designed a software to kind of hug the home service business, right? Victor and I spent a lot of time and money in investing in this thing, making this thing perfect, right? So some of the advantages that we get when we're outbounding your database, you know, we're calling with local numbers, right? So we're able to create what's called A&I groupings. So when we're reaching out to your customers, they're getting a phone call from someone right down the street from them. So that on top of the software, learning your guys' answer habits of the list, right? And to give you guys an example, you know, you guys run a company, when your phone rings, whether it's face down on your desk like this or not, you pick it up and you say, hi, you know, this is Chris, what's going on, right? That's the low hanging fruit within your list. Whenever you start outbounding a list, that's what you guys are going to be able to convert immediately. Once you guys get through that, people are setting their daily habits, right? Some people drive to work at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8, 9. You know, they don't pick up the phone when they're busy. So our software, one of the coolest things that it does is it starts calling people at different times throughout the day, right? Might try someone at 8 a.m., then the next day at 10, 2 days later at noon, and so on and so forth, right? While we're doing this, you know, this is how we're getting a deeper level of penetration on the list, right? Not only that, it's actually pairing up the answer habits with the dialing habits of our internal CSRs, right? So when our people have an average talk time of 2.5 minutes and a wrap-up time of 45 seconds,
It's how I'm winning. It's my secret. You want the secret? It ain't that hard.
it's pairing those up, right? So basically, we're able to create massive efficiency within the dialing center. You know, our average people, you know, we're getting anywhere between 70 to 110 connections a day, which when you
let me ask you this. Sorry to interrupt you. You know, Victor just came in and said it's how we're winning. How many calls and bookings were you able to get for his company?
Yeah, so we did, you know, we're consistently putting up calls for Victor. January was our best month so far. We were able to put up 400 calls in January. Since then, we've switched to the sold tune-up models, and right now we're probably about 140 sold tune-ups about halfway through February. You know, going into March, we're looking to beat that 200, 250.
So one of the things, guys, that we know right now is customer acquisition is extremely expensive, right? Finding that new customer is, you know, everyone's trying to buy new leads. Everyone's looking for that new and next customer. So it sounds like what you're doing is taking the existing database where there may be potential or opportunity for customers to, you know, get a system replacement or a swap and, you know, work for that lowest hanging fruit. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, I mean, there's not that many leads to go around. So you got two options, right? You can go out and you can bid against the big guys with big marketing spends, and you guys can compete for those little leads available. Or you can turn back into your customer base, the people that you already know, have already done business with you, already like you, that you have a relationship with, and convert those into, you know, booked appointments, right? To generate revenue during the shoulder season.
So for an average company, obviously Victor's kind of the conglomerate in the area that, you know, really has a monopoly on the market. What can someone in a small town in Kentucky or anywhere in Florida, what can other people expect that aren't as large and established as Victor?
Yeah. I mean, we have clients in those small towns like that. And really what they're doing when they're doing this is, you know, they're dominating with their brand, right? So this does synergize with the marketing efforts that you guys are putting out there. So if you guys, you're putting stuff up on, social media, you got nice wrap vans, professionally dressed technicians in nice uniforms, you send out a mailer, whatever it may be. Now they're getting a phone call from your company in the slow season. And this is how these companies in small areas are really starting to, gain most of the market share, right? Because that's really what it's about, is fighting for the market share.
I know with Absolute Airflow, one of the things that we really dial in and hone in on is how can we constantly be in front of these customers, right? Because out of sight equals out of mind.
Yeah.
If they're out of mind, what's the path of least resistance when you're trying to find an HVAC company or something goes wrong? What do? You pick up your phone, you Google HVAC repair. So one of the ways to, keep these customers as your customers and not have them get, a different HVAC company down the road, again, it's part of the procedure. It's not all of it, but kind of what Chris is talking about, dialing constantly, doing a customer service check-in, doing a level of check-in with how everything's running within their home. And we've uncovered a lot of additional opportunities just by making those phone calls, right?
Yeah. Things happen while you're on the phone with your database, right? People wanting to follow up with estimates you guys given in the past, getting new no-charge estimates, again, staying in front of that customer and keeping you guys top of mind is huge, right?
Now, guys, during shoulder season, out here, California has a 9-month shoulder season. So it only gets hot out here 3 months a year. The rest of the year, it's 60 degrees. This is exactly what we do at Absolute Airflow to keep our guys busy, to keep our dispatch boards full, and to keep our employees inside of homes earning a living. You have to get creative when there's so much competition and marketing out there. So this is exactly how we've done this at Absolute Airflow through a shoulder season. And correct me if I'm wrong, but we broke another record in January, another record in February, and we've only been on this software for how many months now?
About 2 months, yeah.
2 months. So since we've started, we've had 2 record-breaking months. I don't want to give you too big of a pat on the back and say it's directly attributed, but trust me, guys, it's been working. Normally in January, February, when it's 60 degrees, no one really has a need for, a new system. In California, we just throw on a blanket.
Yeah.
But we found out if we're doing these check-ins and offering these tune-ups, we can convert a tune-up into a system replacement.
Yeah. Well, I think it really comes down to, we talked to a lot of companies and they constantly want to grow and they want to scale and they want to beat new records. You guys are never going to be able to do that unless you're running maximum call capacity as much as you possibly can, right? I don't want to take the credit away from Absolute, but that's what we do for them, right? We ensure that they're running as many calls as they possibly can, not sending guys home early, right? Running those 3-4 calls every single day. So the call capacity, married with that average ticket is what's going to help you guys grow and be able to hire and scale consistently throughout the shoulder seasons, right? Vic was just able to pick up 25 new guys in the shoulder seasons. So come June, July, August, when everyone's calling for demand calls, he's going to have the manpower and the capacity to go out and catch all those dollars, right? As opposed to another company who may just start ramping up hiring in May for June.
Yep.
Right?
They still got to train on board, get them dialed in. They're going to stub their toe for 3 months.
Yep.
So in a long story short, you just basically said we're maximizing the efficiency of the customer service department.
That's right. Yeah. With live CSR reps.
So if anyone out there is interested, how would they be able to get a hold of you?
Cool. You guys can check us out at www.callrocketbookings.com. You can go on, book a demo on the website, and meet with one of our team members, and they'll show you how the whole thing works and provide the options for you guys, right? To give you guys an idea, calls range anywhere between all the way up to $149 per run call for a sold tune-up, all the way down to about $50 for a run call on a sold tune-up. Right?
And I know I was watching you guys kind of orchestrate putting this together. You have a call guarantee amount, correct?
That's right. Yeah. So every agreement we make with a client, it goes into writing. So we guarantee a certain amount of calls within a certain time frame. If we do not hit that number within the time frame, we will run the program for free until we do. And that's how confident we are in, our ability when it comes to training, dialing, and converting leads.
So realistically, what do they have to lose? If you're not going to charge them for calls that you don't guarantee that they're going to run, what it boils down to is, are you going to be able to close those calls, right?
That's right.
So you got to have a sales process obviously dialed in. You got to be, able to close, handle all the tough objections that you're going to hear day in and day out. But ultimately, it boils down to that, right?
That's right. Yeah. That sales process, like, again, going back to that average ticket, our job is to get you through the door, get you that opportunity. and then you guys are going to need to train those guys up to be able to convert those calls. Right? And that's why the blueprint's such a great thing.
Yeah, if you guys haven't done a blueprint demo, call profitrocket.com, schedule a demo. You'll get to meet with my big ugly mug up there. Go on and take a gander at the product we have up there, guys. We know you'll love it. If you're not here tonight, we'd love to see you at next year's event. Thanks for tuning in with me and Chris. Any leaving remarks for him, Chris?
You guys got to be here. If you're not here, you're missing out. Be here next year. Be at the next event, September. I mean, these things just constantly get elevated. I mean, every event I go to, I'm always like, this is the best event ever. It just keeps getting better.
Yeah,
So,
to start, we ordered a boxed pizza. Now we got a guy making fettuccine Alfredo by hand out there. Joey over here whacked 3 plates of meatballs. I went out for a plate of protein. It was all gone. He said, we got bread and salad. I said, I'll pass.
it's awesome.
All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Mike. This is
How's it going? I'm JR.
We're with 5 Diamond Credit. Thanks for tuning in here. This is the Whiteboard party, and we are excited to be here. Been to quite a few of Victor's events and parties, and they are definitely one to be at. So if you're not here, you're certainly missing out. Been working with Victor in quite a few different aspects, and would love to help any of you that are tuning in here in credit and personal and business. What I do, just give you some quick tips. We basically remove every negative item off a credit report. In regards to personal credit, obviously if you're starting a business, for any of the trade people out there, whether it's electricians, plumbers, HVAC, wanting to expand, learning how to leverage other people's money will help you do that. We can help you start a business from A to Z, do the whole thing for you. Go from opening you up an LLC, going to card stacking, giving you shelf corps if you want existing businesses that are running and operating for loans to help you basically expand your business as quick as possible. And then I got my partner here, JR. He's also in the space and
Runs all the dealerships, helping all those dealerships with all their bad credit clients.
Any of you dealerships out there,
solar companies,
he'll come out there. And then for most of you listening in, for my information, I did a podcast with Victor a couple months ago. All my information's on there. It's 5diamondcredit.com if you want to get a hold of us, or I'm on social media at the Michael Ayala. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you at the next party.
Follow me on IG, JackRide_golf.
Hello, everybody. David Ocampo here at the Whiteboard party for the Profit Rocket event. I got our rep here from Azuga. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Greg Feeney.
Greg Feeney, nice to have you on. So just a few questions, what you're doing for the industry as far as the GPS software that you guys are introducing to everybody.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us here, and thanks for having us on the podcast here. It's a lot more than just a GPS, David. It's the ability of Azuga, a Bridgestone company now, proudly.
It's strong backing for you guys.
Yes, absolutely. Strong backing for us, but more importantly, education is important at both Azuga and Bridgestone. We believe that if you lead with education and we try and help the next generation of those in HVAC or any of the real trades grow, prosper, they'll be the next generation that's going to keep things going.
Look, the one thing that really, I guess, piqued our interest when you were talking to us the first time, right? You have so many GPS companies that kind of sell you on the bells and whistles, and really function-wise for every company, the only really that matters is that bottom dollar, right? And that's what really got us interested in what you guys do. So as a company, how are you guys benefiting our trades, to really track what we're spending per vehicle?
Great question again. Thank you. Most people don't know what it costs from January 1 key on till December 31st, the end of the year key off.
Right.
But also the other thing is again, it's about mitigating risk. It's about, hiring nowadays. It's hard to hire people, but more importantly, to keep them. So what we do is we stack rank your drivers, which in other words, we take their harsh brakes, sudden acceleration, and speeding. Right. We put that into a scorecard. And what we do then, and we're one of the only companies that does this, we then take that scorecard and we then identify your top drivers, and we have a rewards program. Thank you very much for doing your job and doing it well. But more importantly, we identify that bottom 20% of your drivers,
The
and we
risk,
want to
right?
coach them.
Yep.
We don't want to terminate them. We don't want to go through anything with them. We want to coach them. And when we do all of these things and we put them together, we then can contact our insurance broker or insurance company and say, hey, look, we have a fleet and driver safety program in place now, and we would like you to take a look at our risk, because now not only have we mitigated our risk, but we've helped our drivers become better and safer drivers.
Which is the goal of every company, right?
Absolutely.
I think the key to any success is being able to coach your people, but knowing how to coach your people, I think, is the difficult part for everybody.
Exactly.
Because you're kind of throwing darts in the dark. And when you have a GPS system that not only tracks where the vehicle was at the time, or tracks, you know, an incident, I guess what most companies call it, but you're also tracking how much it's costing you, right? To have that vehicle out on the road. I mean, down the bottom dollar, you just make better decisions, I feel like.
Absolutely. What it does, it gives you actionable data, right? It's all of this data. It's in the cloud. What do we do with it? Well, what Azuga's been able to do is we've been able to take that data and put it in a palpable form that you can now utilize to not only benchmark employees, but also benchmark which is a better route to take. You know, look, you guys buy a vehicle, outfit the vehicle, and train the driver. It's over $100,000 to you. Then you give somebody a key and say, go to work for me. Well, how are we monitoring that? How are we making them a better driver? How are they better representing our company, right?
Yeah.
So it's all of these different things that we're able to provide you, as I said, not to be redundant, but actionable data. And when you have that ability to do that and turn to that, that's going to make you a much more effective and efficient company.
And I think that's where the trades are going, right? We're becoming so much more sophisticated with how we're making decisions. And I think that the number one, if not the number one, but one of the biggest expense after what, you know, your labor force is your vehicles, right? It's your billboards, it's marketing. It's so for us as a trade, you know, just in the HVAC field, to be able to track how much that billboard on wheels is costing you, I think is a game changer.
Yes.
I think the biggest attraction we have is like being able to just make smarter decisions. And I think that's what you guys have been able to kind of show us that we have the potential to do. But, you know, not stopping there. In the next few years, where do you guys see yourself going?
Well, it's another great question again, and I think you found your niche in life as you know, as an interviewer. But anyway, you know what? The fact that Bridgestone is now part, you know, Azuga is now a Bridgestone company. You talk about, you know, total mobility, right? Fleet mobility, and it's everything from, again, we talked about the GPS, the dash cameras,
right?
Which again gives us insight into why is the driver distracted. But now with Bridgestone, we have tire pressure monitoring. 40 to 60% of all accidents are either over or under inflated tires.
No way.
Yeah. And Bridgestone has a way now with their tire pressure monitoring that becomes part of your telematics that shows you, hey, look, I hit a pothole, and we're going to monitor that truck. So one morning you don't wake up and go out to your truck and say, now I got to change a flash.
That's impressive.
So that's really impressive. And then the other initiatives that Bridgestone have brought forward now in total mobility and sustainability. I mean, just from the tire perspective, right? They're growing alternative plants that can suffice for rubber moving forward. I mean, this is really where the industry is going. It's also going again to that sustainability, what we're taking out of the ecosystem we have to put back in. But more importantly, how are we utilizing that to benefit you? Hey, look, one of the benefits, again, of your company is you go through a lot of tires. The tire pressure monitoring and all the other things in the tool belt from Bridgestone allows you to better monetize your tires. And on top of it being a Azuga client and a Bridgestone client, get you a nice 15% discount.
That's perfect. All right. Well, I mean, that's all the questions I have. Obviously, I think, you know, some of the stuff we talked off camera and some of the stuff we talked about, you know, on the side.
Right.
I don't want to spoil it for anybody else with what you guys have coming, but it's really, really exciting how you guys are integrating into the trades. It's really, really exciting to really be able to visualize and see what it actually costs to have a technician in the field, and then also be able to see, you know, where we can improve, because it's the one place we're not, right?
Right.
We see them in trainings. We see them. We see their numbers as far as what they're performing inside of a house.
Right.
But I think one thing that gets lost is what's happening in between, which is that windshield time.
Absolutely.
And it's a big part of what we do. It's where I spent most of my time when I was a technician, and it was the really place where it's like no one was really telling me how I can do better.
Right.
So I think I'm excited what you guys are bringing to the table, and I'm really excited for what you guys have planned for the trades. So.
And I thank you. And like I said, just another indication here with Profit Rocket, the Whiteboard Party, which again is a rollout in regard to bringing that educational level to the trades. You guys are taking care of both ends of it. I'm really proud to be here and honored to be at it.
It's a blessing to be in these types of events. I mean, it's exposure, right? It's free
Right.
for everybody to come. The reality is that I think Victor's main goal is to bring the trades together, but really just bring people from kind of I don't want to say an ancient archaic way of doing things, but just a complacent way of doing things to kind of bring them into the forefront of what technology is, of what running a business is. It's exciting to meet people like you, and I mean the rest of the group that's here. But I'm excited. Thank you.
Me too.
Thank
you.